Hello guys, and welcome to a new World of Tanks video today by me, Vulcan. As you can see, I'm playing the Cromwell in a 3-man platoon today, and we're going to watch this from my point of view at the time. One of my friends is called Hoyder and the other one Forster. Hoyder is using the Type 58, which is the tier 6 medium tank for the Chinese tree, so you'll probably see some of that because I do stick with him throughout this battle, well, for the beginning at least. But we do rack up a huge amount of kills between us. I think I get about 5, my friend here gets 3, and Forster gets 2, I think, by the end of it. Anyway, just to speed up his very slow tank, I nudge him up the arse, pushing him all the way to the edge of the map, because the Type 58 isn't really as fast as I would have expected, being the brother of the Type or T-34-85. It does have a similar cannon. It's slightly shorter in size, I think, but I'm not even sure if that affects the damage at all. But there we go. I think the length of the barrel would only really ever affect the actual accuracy of the gun rather than the damage it would do, because the shell size would I assume would be the damage. But anyway, there you can see I got a hit on the T40, and seeing this ELC AMX actually drive over the hill behind us, I'm making my job to snipe him. Now he does get hit, I believe, by the KV-1S, and as he tries to get away, I take numerous shots to try and get him, and I do actually hit him once, but he doesn't take any damage. So as he just about to turn around the corner, I make a preemptive shot and manage to get a nice easy kill onto that guy, giving me my first kill of the game. Anyway, on this side, which is the side that all of the tank destroyers spawn on, they all have decided to come to the left side of this map today. So we ended up in sort of a stalemate for the most part of the beginning of this game, just to try and basically flank them as much as possible. But the KV-1S takes it on himself to push around the left side. This T40 that I hit earlier tries to peek over the hill, and using my speed I just quickly nip over and secure that kill. So that gives me my second kill. Now I haven't done a lot of damage so far, but I do eventually, as I spot this ARL, and pushing over to void the gun depression, I just continue to fire onto this ARL. Sorry about that right click in there, that was crazy. I was literally just checking to see what was hitting me, and it seems that maybe the SU-100 was on the left, but I think it was something I couldn't see at the time. Anyway, I managed to pick up the kill on the ARL V39, which was actually done by 2 hits, I believe. But anyway, as soon as that's done, I take a couple of shots into the side of a Yak Panzer IV, as Forster, in his other Cromwell, rides down the hill about 60 km/h straight into the front of it, killing it outright. They both secure themselves each a kill, and we move on towards the city. So now we're already on 5 kills. We've secured basically the left flank from all the tank destroyers that were pushing up there, and I managed to spot this KV-1, which is caught horrendously out of position. So I make it my job to shoot him. I do use third person because I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not being flanked by anything, which is why I continuously come out of sniper mode. Here you can see I'm still trying to shoot him. That shot tracked him, leaving him completely vulnerable. I'm not too worried about getting hit by the KV-1 for the pure fact that, well, even if he did hit me, I'd probably kill him before he killed me. And considering there's only 5 tanks left already on the enemy team, I'm not too worried about the damage at the moment. So anyway, deciding that I can pretty much shoot better in third person, more reliably at least, I use that advantage to try and shoot this KV-1. Missed the last shot there, but I did manage to set him alight, dealing a ton of damage with 2 shots beforehand. So that gave me a lot of score there just from doing that damage, but the kill got secured by someone else, which I wasn't too concerned about at the time. Anyway, I was trying to go for Top Gun at the time. I was trying to persuade people to let me have it, because I do manage to secure the kill onto that M3 Lee. So from now on, I'm like, oh, give me Top Gun, give me Top Gun. They're like, no, we're not going to do that, because you know how it is in World of Tanks when you platoon with people. They never give you what you want. They always troll you for the Top Gun, don't they? So anyway, moving across this bridge, I'm like, oh, I'm going to secure one of these kills. They've got an ELC AMX left and a KV-1S. So basically, I trying to predict the ELC AMX. He actually gets shot, and somehow that did not hit him. I didn't manage to get that kill. I think, oh god, I've got to desperately fire at this KV-1S. But no, unfortunately, both my friends managed to steal both of those kills before I get a chance. So that doesn't give me the Top Gun I really wanted. Anyway, guys, that's the first replay. The next two replays are actually going to be of the M5 Stuart. So let's get on to those ones. Okay, guys. So welcome back to the second game. I hope you enjoyed the first one. I honestly found that one really fun. This one is alright. It's more about me just being lucky than anything else. I honestly don't like this tank very much. It's the M5A1 Stuart. It's the tier 4 Chinese tank. It's obviously an American Stuart tank, basically with Chinese colours. But it does have the same gun as the Chi-Ha in the last tier, which I did show you in the last video I did of World of Tanks. Anyway, my friends are using the Cromwell and the Type 58. Again, this is another platoon game. Hoyder's using the Type 58 and the forces using the Cromwell. Anyway, so we all decide to move off to the left, as does most of our team. So basically we start to head that way. This KV-1 gives me a little bit of trouble to begin with, and I'm trying to pull away from him, but he doesn't really let me. I'm scared that he was going to shoot me in the arse there, which was not something I would have liked at the beginning of the game, but I'm sure both my platoon mates would have given me a hand killing him if he tried that. But there we go. Anyway, getting free, move over to the left side of the map before trying to score any hits. But seeing a Hellcat, I believe, or a Wolverine actually on the horizon, I do stop to try and get a hit onto that. And also, considering that went out of line of sight, I just kind of forgot about the KV-1 and decided to keep going, because this gun actually has 80mm penetration, so it's not that bad, but it's not great either. There, I almost thought that my teammate was going to tip my tank then. I don't even know if you can tip somebody else's tank, but I was definitely one tracking then, which was not ideal. Anyway, even though I was supposed to be the scout tank, both of them were trying to get well ahead of me early on. But they eventually both stopped sensibly behind that ridge, and I continue on to scout for them, basically. And that's literally all I was in every game I played with them. Just a lonely scout that had to go off and find enemies. And I was quite amazed that not as many people came down the left side from my point of view to sort of counter our push onto the flag. This is the map Steps, and it's an encounter battle. But here I use the basically, he can only see my turret. My turret's tiny, and I basically use that advantage to shoot him in his turret with my 80mm penetration, which actually does penetrate him quite a lot. So I actually managed to hit him 3 times and basically force him back with the help of my teammates on my right, who are eventually pushing forwards. So seeing that he's pushed back and the rest of their tanks are on the other side of the map, I try and push my advantage here and get another shot straight into the commander's hatch, which was very, very lucky. I believe my friend actually picks up the kill on the Panzer IV, and then with that there, it's just basically my job to spot the E8 now, and then sort of pushing my luck a bit, I decided to go round and hide myself behind the Panzer IV. Now, at this point, I was like, oh shit, if he pokes his head round with his turret, I'm gonna be so dead. So anyway, I decided to tuck in behind the Panzer IV, and I was looking for a gap at which I could shoot him. There, basically, what you can see what I'm doing, I'm trying to like figure out a place in between the armor which would actually hit him. So there you can see I'm shooting just slightly under the back of the turret into the side of his rear armor. It's anyway, using that sort of tactic, I managed to score 4 penetrating hits, actually finishing off the EZ8, which is Something I was quite chuffed of at this point, especially considering the M5A1 is not a very good tank at all. I poked my head over, seeing my platoon mate get destroyed, I exact revenge onto the Panzer IV that destroyed him with an insta-kill. And then I fire at the T1 heavy, and I managed to penetrate it. I was like, hang on a minute, did I just penetrate a T1? I didn't realise the gun was that good. You can see there the penetration shot straight into the side. That was the most unlucky, or most lucky, must I say, shot. It didn't hit my teammate there. I didn't expect him to push straight up. But yeah, if that had gone slightly lower, that would have whacked him straight in the turret. Anyway, with the T1 Heavy showing the back of his turret towards me, I do take a few pot shots at it, even though it says the indicator's orange. But it's always still worth it, just for those lucky shots. And I did manage to get one in the back of the turret after my first very lucky shot into the side of him. Anyway, with those two dead, my teammate Hoyder managed to get 2 kills, and Forster unfortunately died earlier on, as you saw. But I'm basically moving up now, and we're basically trying to clean up. That's what the team's doing. We have 7 tanks or 8 tanks left, including myself, and the enemy only has 4 tanks, so we outnumber them 2 to 1. And with that T-34-85 dead and the M7 dead by my teammate once again, we're going to do very well. So basically, I give myself the job to find the last tank destroyer on their team, while the rest of them take care of the VK. So I decided to just leave that because I'm probably unlikely to penetrate it in any way. So I just decided to zoom across this field here. But eventually it gets spotted by the VK 3601 on the right side before I get there. So anyway, trying to steal a kill there. I did have a look at getting around the back of the VK, but instead just decided to use my momentum to continue on to this SU 100 and maybe get a shot onto it. But unfortunately I don't get the chance. Just as I was about to poke over and maybe get a shot, he dies, and that's the end of that game. So I think that's one of the best games I had with the M5A1. I think I got about 943 experience or something. That was just from killing those 2 targets and doing the damage to the Panzer IV and the Easy 8. But anyway, I've got another game with this tank to show you guys. It's a very precarious one, so it's quite fun. Okay guys, so here we are on Ruinberg, and this is another encounter battle. As you can see, because I'm in a platoon, I don't get tiered very nicely occasionally, and I am in a tier 8 game, but I am matched with that scout, so technically this is a proper game for me that I would normally get. This scout tank can get matched up to tier 8, which is horrible in most circumstances, but on this one, it actually turned out quite well with the help of my teammates. So anyway, again, I'm platooned up with Forster and Hoyder. We're basically going to move out into the city straight away. We all move right to get down towards there, and I basically move straight ahead as the scout to try and get some line of sight onto the enemies. So with a bit of discussion, we decided to take the closest road down to the middle of the map where the flag is. But back then, when I crushed over that car, I've been noticing the weird ribbon effect come off it. I think it's really weird. Like, is that supposed to happen, do you know guys? Like, when you crush cars, does ribbon just appear? I don't know, just watch out when I next crush a car. I don't think I will. But anyway, with their tanks being slightly faster than my own, I don't really, well, I really struggle to keep up. But as soon as they stop and be cautious around this corner, I just continue straight ahead, as any scout would do. Fearless, I head for the church. And I think at this very moment in time, I was like, I will let God decide whether I should live or die. Well, not exactly those words. I was like, I think God will defend me or something. I don't know. But it was something like along those lines. I probably made it sound a lot different. But anyway, knowing I'm in a bit of a precarious position, like I was saying in the last replay, I basically put myself against the door of the church and use myself as literally a scout. I don't literally spot all these tanks myself, but I do keep the sight on them. So I don't spot them originally, so I don't get the points for that, but I do keep the sight on them, which is, I think is very good. Anyway, here, seeing that the Tiger II He's not actually facing his gun towards me, and probably never would. I just decide to shoot him in the tracks. Why not? I get penetration hits all in his tracks all day long. I try to see if I can hit the back rear turret, but that doesn't work. Anyway, seeing a shot behind me, like, what was that? Oh crap, there's a Jagdpanzer straight there. Oh my god. Yeah. Luckily my teammate actually tracked him before he could come round and hit me in the arse, and then like the Tiger 2 that you just saw hit him in the arse, and me not paying attention actually gets hit in the front of the tank, and he knocks out the Tiger 2 that's sitting over there. Actually hit me in the front, like you can see the little hole, and it literally must have torn straight through my gearbox and destroyed my engine. That was that was literally what happened. I was so lucky to survive that shot. He only did 270 something damage. That's like one of the minimum damages you can do with the gun that Tiger 2 has. I was so lucky to stay alive at this point, and I'm just basically trying not to die. So I'm shimmying my tank round to the other side where most of the enemies are. The Tiger 2 is unlikely to advance behind me, and well, I basically decided to just wait it out. And this is literally what most of the battle was. I was just sitting there thinking, what the hell am I doing here? But around me, the tanks were just dying. We have like perfect vision on them the whole time, just because they can't kill me. Like, there's another Jagdpanzer 4 hiding behind the other Jagdpanzer 4's wreck, and luckily my teammates managed to set alight, I believe, the Tiger 2, and then finish it off between them. Now with this Jagdpanzer coming around the corner, I am in desperate need of help. I'm on 13 health. He's so desperate to get me, but again my teammate managed to track him, and there's me trying to just the whole time use my third person aim to try and shoot his tracks off as well. So there you can see I survived by I don't know how this happened. How did I survive? Do you guys know? I have no idea. Anyway, with the crap side armor of the T-34, I just waste a load of shells into the side of him, doing like 50 and 70 damage, completely useless. I probably should have let that T-25 go, but I was getting my glory at this point. I was like, I'm going to kill this T-34 with all I've got, and nope, no fun allowed. Teammate steals a kill. Of course he does. I would have done that last little bit of damage. I would have got a T-34 kill. Would have been epic. Anyway, that damage right there was all I really needed to get a lot of points. When you damage a really high tier tank with a crap tank, you do get a lot of XP, and doing that, like I think it was like 300 damage or something overall throughout the battle, well, it gave me plenty to work with, and I managed to get quite a lot of XP as they only have 4 tanks left on the battle, and while our whole team, literally our whole team, is now raping the rest of their team. So they only have 2 tanks left now, Black Prince and Ferdinand, with the IS and the Jagdpanzer being finished off. So we all run round in big convoy. I'm trying to be careful here, don't want to get shot by the Black Prince. So seeing he's slightly turned round, just try and shoot him in the tracks a couple of times, just try and get a few scoring hits on the people. And I try and fire at the Ferdinand, but it didn't go through. Of course it did. Only got 80mm penetration. That's that battle, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. That is, I think, how to be a scout tank. Not ideal, to be honest. I didn't really spot anything to begin with, but I kept the sight up by staying in that position, and I finished on 13 health, which I think is pretty close. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this one. I enjoy these games. I enjoy playing with platoons. So if I am online and I am playing, then please feel free to invite me to a platoon, as long as you have like anything from, say, tier 5 to tier 8. I think I can play. So yeah, feel free to invite me, and I should probably play. My name's Vulcan Spirit on there, so feel free to add me. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.